Torah Ze'ira, the small Shavuos, the small mountain Torah. And as we've mentioned before, just as the Ma'orah it brings the Kriya, just as the Zman is Ma'orah the Kriya, Pesach, the Kriya is Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot. So too, it is the Kriya Ma'orah the Zman. So that we have the Kriya from Matan Torah now, and therefore that's going to be Shavuos Cotton, because we're going to be reading about the laning the Matan Torah. It is interesting to see that between Yisro and Shavuos is approximately 100 days. And during these 100 days, there is a huge amount of siyata d'shmaya for avodas Hashem in this 100 days through Ava. The pasuk itself says, "Ma Hashem Elokecha shoel mimach ki im liyira." Okay, and ma, it's not. Don't say ma, meya. And about it's a meya brachas, but here's also meya yamin, and therefore we have Ava, and it's really here you have the Arba Parshas, starting with Parshas Shkolim next week. And then we have Misha Nichnas Adar, Marvin B'Simcha. And then we have Purim. And then we have the whole month of Nisan. And then we have the Omer, which Lamaisa is. The Omer is like the sphere, the Shivas is like Shivas Nikiyim, until we become the Am HaNivchar. And L'chasimcha Godel Mizu. The fact that we have the Zman of Avelos is something, unfortunately, that was, became superimposed on these Yomim. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the Yomim themselves are days of Ahava, of Simcha per se, for the reasons mentioned. So therefore, we start on Parshas Yisro, and Baruch Hashem, we have the opportunity to become close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu this way. Okay, that's first of all. Let's talk about Matan Torah for the rest of this evening. The Rambam paskins that a Kabbalah she'ein lo kitzur, if you make a Kabbalah that does not have an amount, you don't know what you're making the Kabbalah on. I say to you, I'm going to take care of all your bills, and we love this. I'm going to take care of your bills for the rest of the year. Now, that's an indication that I really hold of you, that I love you, I care for you, but it's not chal, because you don't know what you don't know what the Kabbalah is. A Kabbalah she'ein lo, I'm going to take care of it. So therefore, the Rambam says, or the Beis HaLevi says, based on this Rambam, the Beis HaLevi says, what type of Kabbalah is it for Nasa Nishma when you don't know what the mitzvahs are? So that's the shayla. Beis HaLevi asks, if a Kabbalah she'ein lo kitzur doesn't work, how does Nasa Nishma work? The Beis HaLevi's Torah, it's a beautiful idea. And that is, we did not make a Kabbalah at Matan Torah for a hischayvus or shibud. We didn't make it, that wasn't it. Because if you did, Kabbalah she'ein lo kitzur, it doesn't work. But what do? We accepted Avos. I became an Eved. We became an Eved on that time. And that's why it worked. There was a kinyan aguf that we gave ourselves to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We changed one level of Avdus for another level of Avdus. And Avdus you can do. I become an Eved, I don't know what you want from me. I know you have me. Once you have me, therefore whatever you ask of me, I do. And that's the Beis HaLevi's text. Avdus, not individual things that you just don't know what you're accepting. Now, the Gaivid, as L'zayin Gesund, has a different mahal. He says, he answers the same question. How do you make a Kabbalah she'ein lo kitzur? Well, we do that with a ksuba. Every one of us who's married here has done it. I'm going to take care of all your needs. Do you know what her needs are going to be? No. But there's chibus nesuim, that we have such love for the person we're getting married to. So therefore, we accept that too. And that's what happens with Kabbalah Torah. And there you see it also. When Rava was sitting down, and he was sitting on his finger, and the finger was bleeding, and a tzduki came over, he says, I'm a psisa. You are such impetuous people. people, look at you. You don't even know that your finger is bleeding. Just like when you said you were mocked in your pad to your ears. And you didn't even know what the chiyuv was when you said, Nasa and Ishma. It's like, you still haven't changed. And Rabbi said to him, Tumas Yisharim Tanchem. No, we're not, it's not that we're impetuous, we don't know what we're doing, fakir. We have the completion. We have complete faith and love for Kadosh Baruch Hu, and that leads us, and therefore we can make such a Kabbalah. That's something. That's the idea here. So the guy, the Chibas Nesuin, we married the Kadosh Baruch Hu, so to speak. The Erisin, of the Kedushin was there. The Nesuin later, and Mela, the Klal Yisrael is attached to Kadosh Baruch Hu. So that's the hesber for how it can be. Nasa Nishma is binding. Now, another idea. Rav Yaakov Weinberg, brother of Rav Noach, Zechet Tzaddik Levracha, he asked the question different. The Gemara, he starts at the Gemara, and then you have the Medrash fills in all the facts of how at Matan, before Matan Torah, Kadosh Baruch Hu went through all the goyim, and when he asked them to take the Torah, and now what's in it? Lo sirtzach, impossible. Lo signav, impossible. Lo sinav, don't ask. So I was like this. I can understand, he said, that it should be that if you tell them Shabbos, Shemitah, Taras and Mishpoch, Kashrus, that's something that, of course, too hard. But these are things, first of all, even the fact that they didn't keep the Shabbat Mitzvahs B'nai. No, the Gemara mentions it. However, the fact is nobody rejects, not keeping Torah, because it says Lo Sirtzach, Lo Sinach, Lo Signah. We understand that society cannot exist. You have total anarchy. So he said, what's the pshat? So he gave this, you say. That first they didn't say for the actual murder or something that's just so pushing. However, when Hamal Panei Chaveiro, they couldn't handle it. No, and we see it in the derech of the non-Jewish world, how the dueling was accepted, other bloody types of living accepted. We understand they have no hasogit as we have on the Getlach of one and the Madregas of what those sirtzah. Loisinav, I don't want to go into, but you get the idea as well. And Loisignav, what about Gneidas Das? They can, for them, remember, for those of you who are familiar with this Robin Hood, he stole from the rich, gave to the poor. It's a wonderful hero. He's a goddess. And he'd be a goddess, there's no shiloh. So the fact is that there are different madregas, as we understand, of the mitzvahs, they can't accept. What could they accept? These madregas of a higher madrega in understanding. So therefore, in Marshall, listen, income tax, why shouldn't you steal one from income tax? Why shouldn't you just, all these things that are at a higher level, they understand you don't put your finger, your hand in somebody's pocket, but any of the other situations, it's not for them. So that's how they can say, fine. Another idea. The Duvna Maga deals with the shadow that everybody says, understands the Moshe Rabbeinu Peches in Amud Beis in Shabbos. Moshe goes up to the Shemayim and he's going to take the Torah. The Malachim say, "Ma Yelurisha B'neinu." Keep me here. Now, Kadosh Baruch Hu says, Moshe, explain to them how you can get the Torah and bring it down to people. They're not going to keep it. What? Okay. Fine. So Moshe Rabbeinu asked him, were you in Eretz Mitzrayim? Do you have parents? Are you in business that this occurs to you also? Maybe. Is this, are you involved with anything? No. Well, this is not for you. So the Shiloh, and then, of course, they reminded that Moshe Rabbeinu should take the Torah down the body. So the Shiloh is, they understood this from the beginning. With the Korilei, my Korilei. They understood this. Malachim knew this. What was the happening in the beginning? So, how much time do we have? Okay. So, this is a major idea, and this you can share at home tomorrow. You can share all of it. We'll share it tonight first. A Maisa Shahaya says a mashal shalo haya, but it's a beautiful idea. There was once a Rav, and he worked selflessly for 25 years or more in a small circle. he decided he wants to try something larger, and reluctantly, the Balabatim said, okay, try, see if you can get another position, and sure enough, he got the other position. He came back to the city, and he says to the people, listen, I have received this, other position, and they really felt terrible, but they understood he gave his life, his family gave their lives for the community. But they made a big party for him. They gave him a gift. He sold his house, and now think of it in your own mind. He, his wife, his children, everybody are standing in front of their home. Home has been sold. They have boxes this high. This goes back a while where they still dealt with wagons and horses. Fine? And the wagon and the horse are coming to bring him to the new city. And as they come closer, and he's getting ready, all ready to leave. And he feels bad after leaving the city, but listen, all right, he's going. And just that moment, the people come, they lock hands, and they say, no, no, never, never, our rabbi's not going. The horse gets scared, turns around, and the rabbi's humiliated. That he calls for a meeting, a town meeting, and the place is packed. More people certainly than here even. So what happens? He says to them, he tells them how terrible, I gave so much, the whole story. At the end, the president, so to speak, gets up and he says, Rabbi, you don't understand. We understand. Rabbi, everything that we did is for you. Listen, we love you. We wish you could stay here. We know we can't keep you. We know you can't keep you. Don't forget the marshal thing about the Malachim. We know we can't keep you. However, we want the people in the next city to know how dear you are to us. That if we could keep you, we would have kept you. And that's it. So therefore, this is the idea of, says the Duvna Maggid. The Malachim realized they couldn't keep the Torah. It was clear. It's not for them. But they wanted us, who are sitting here tonight, and everybody else to understand that 3,329 years later, that had the Malachim been able to keep the Torah, they would have taken the Torah. Because Torah is Torah Hashem, and they would want it themselves. So therefore, when Baruch Hashem, we have Ashreinu, Ma Tov Chalkeinu, Manoim Goraleinu, that we have the Torah Hashem, and the responsibilities that's involved, the Olam Haba that's involved. How wonderful it is. So that's, says the Maggid, the Rashad, and why the Malachim made such a big tumult, because not that they thought they could keep it, they understood that. They wanted us to know how chashuv Torah is.